When did you realize gang members were great people? He refused to pay me. Now he helps me out with anything I want. During my freshman year of college, I landed a job as a server at a nearby bar and grill. The city where my school and job were located had consistently ranked among the top 5 most dangerous cities in the US for about a decade. Coming from the nearby suburbs, I was quite sheltered. I couldn't help but believe that the crime rate was exaggerated. But, strangely enough, being naive and not understanding the real danger I put myself in probably saved my life on more than one occasion. One day a party called into the restaurant requesting a table for 18. When I came in and looked at the list of reservations, I got excited and requested to serve them. My manager allowed it since all the other servers got annoyed whenever given a party over 6. I stopped picking up other tables about 20 minutes before their scheduled arrival and had everything prepared. The time arrives and in comes the group. All young Puerto Rican men and ladies in their late teens and early 20s. There was one slightly older gentleman probably in his early 30s. They were all in a matching color scheme. Me being the person I am thought, oh, how nice. Their coach or mentor is bringing them out for a celebration. They weren't exactly wearing uniforms, so I ruled out sports. I thought perhaps they were a debate team or math Olympics. Something of the sort. In my eyes, they were obviously demonstrating school spirit through the color scheme of their attire. I go up to the host stand and greet them with a beaming smile. I only slightly noticed the weird looks on the faces of my coworkers and other customers. I introduce myself to the older gentleman, who is clearly the patriarch, and show them to their table. They all seem to be in good spirits, so I say something about how they must be celebrating a victory and congratulate them. The patriarch kind of smirks and says, "Yeah, I guess you could say that, haha. Thanks." And then we move on. I get them their drinks, take their orders, bring their food, refill drinks, refill wings, and so on. Once they are finishing up, the patriarch asks for the check and I happily hand him the book I had already put the printed check in. Now this restaurant had a no separate checks policy. Stupid, I know. Also, customers are made aware of this policy, as well as the automatic gratuity for parties of 6 or more, when they call in a reservation. They are reminded of it when they walk in at the host stand and during the introduction by the server. It is also printed in very large writing on the first page of the menus. After I handed him the check, he says, "I'm sorry I forgot to mention it, but could we each have separate checks?" While I am reminding him of the policy, his phone rings. He says, "I'm sorry but I must take this call," then hands the check to one of the young ladies next to him and tells her to take care of it. He tells me he'll be right back and goes to the vestibule to take the call. A few minutes later, I see them all getting up and heading to the door. I tell them to have a nice night and run to the table so I can collect the money. I look everywhere, but nothing. This restaurant has another policy. The server, being me in this situation, is responsible for your table's checks. Whether they paid or not. Yes, I know this isn't legal. But guess what? The owner didn't care about that inconvenient detail. But there was no way in hell I was about to pay this table's check.